Welcome to my channel. My name is Brian James and this is DB Automotive. So if you caught my last video or my last post on YouTube, you'll see that I've started working on the Bedford van. Basically, I don't have time to go to car shows at the moment, but what I can do is at work in my lunch hour, or lunch half hours, I can do little bits and pieces and slowly work on the van. So if you like, join me on this journey and you'll start seeing what I'm doing and my thought processes behind it. So this week I got both seats mounted up in the front. Now the seats were given to me by a friend of mine and they're out of an Alfa Romeo. Uber comfortable, leather seats. Can't go wrong now, can you? Now the next thing is the wheels. So the wheels that were on it were these Cheviot wheels. Now, I'm just not, for me, they didn't seem right on the van. Now, they look okay on things like my HQ, my Ute, and things like that, but for the Bedford van, I just don't like them. So what I have got my Tridents. Now these came off my Ute. In the last video you hear that I actually don't like these style of wheels on the HQ type of car, but I think they look absolutely awesome on the van. So we're going to put these on my van. Now the stud pattern on a van, excuse me for a second, so I've got props here. The Bedford stud pattern is 152.4 by 5 stud, and these wheels are 120.6, so 4 3/4 inch. So obviously they're just not going to fit on, so I need to get some wheel adapters, either buy them or make them. Now I understand that buying the Bedford front hubs to Holden wheel may be a bit difficult. The back diff is actually Ford, so that's going to be fairly easy. And that's Ford stud pattern is 5 stud by 114.3 or 4.5 inch. So you can get wheel adapters that go from 114.3 to 120.6. That's not a problem, I can buy them. So we may end up doing that and having to make the fronts. We'll see. But anyway, so how did I know what they were? Well, I can look up on the internet and see what they are supposed to be, but that doesn't actually indicate of what they actually are. The van's from 1972, so in its 50 plus years of life, it's had many people work on it and mess with it. So you just don't know. And so what I did, grab the prop, is I got a bit of scrap plastic from work. I looked up on the internet what they're supposed to be, loosely measured it on the vehicle, and I figured that's what they are supposed to be. But then I got a piece of scrap plastic and drilled it Ford stud pattern, which is 114.3, and then I drilled it Bedford stud pattern, which is 152.4. So let me show you what I did. Here we go. And the centre hub will actually fit the front hub, the centre, this piece here, that bit there. And that is at 89. So now I have this and I've drilled it, I can just offer it up. I'll show you, shall I? Hey, look, it fits. Okay. Rightio. So, here we go. And so now I know that I've got exactly that correct. Get that off. And we'll go to the back hub. And yes, that fits the forward hub as well. So that is how I knew that my PCDs were spot on. So now I can either A, order the adapters knowing that I'm not about to get the wrong one, or B, I can draw it up and make my own. So either way is a viable unit. If I'm to make my own, I'm picking, I might make them out of steel. I prefer steel over aluminium, a decent steel such as a 4140 or an EN24. Once again, it's tough, but we will see. We'll see about that. What I also can do is show you the seats now that they're bolted in. Now, with bolting in seats into New Zealand, I don't have to get them checked over by an engineer because I'm using all the same seat bases that go into the body. The only thing I have to do is be careful about the plate underneath. Obviously, you can't have a frame above the floor with just a bolt head sticking through, or if you've got the bolt head pushing down, a nut and a small washer sticking through, because in an accident it will pull through the floor. So the rules in New Zealand is that it must be a plate of at least 75mm round by 3mm thick. Hang on a sec. So you can get away with things like this because that surface area, or even the smaller one here, the surface area here is greater than the surface area of a 75mm round, say a washer by 3mm thick. So what I've done is I've gone and replaced, because it was just held in with washers, I've replaced them with this style of plate underneath so it can become legal. Those rules are basically the new rules. This van was first registered in 1972. Realistically, all it has to do is follow the rules of when it was first registered. I'm not doing a motor swap, I'm not changing the transmission. It's basically going back on the road as it was when it was in 1972. The upgrades I do make to it will be purely for safety and my safety and the safety of my passengers. So I can pick and choose, basically I can pick and choose, which is my understanding, I can pick and choose the safety parts that I need to bring it up to. So as long as there's no major body changes, engine swaps, brake changes, I can get away with it. Okay, so I'll just show you what I've done with the seats and we can call it a day. Right, so there are the seats. As you can see, those are the original engine, the seat frames that it was first certified with, and the seats have now just been bolted on top of them. Now I did add a load of strength to those seat frames. I added 50 by 6 mil plate to strengthen it up, and it was all certified welded. The seat belts are genuine Alfa Romeo seat belts connected to the frame, so they are all OEM equipment. As you can see, the seats are manually adjustable. They are not electronically adjustable, so I don't have to worry about that. And yeah, I think they look quite good on there. Okay guys, that's it for the day. We will see how we go, but if you like what you see, hit like and subscribe. I do try and post a video every week. Sometimes it's not that easy for me, especially now we've got winter shut coming in. I'm getting a lot more work at work, so things around here tend to die off a bit. But if I can, I will. Okay, if you like what you see, hit like and subscribe, and we'll catch you later. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much. Bye.